Welcome to today's custom deep dive. We're so glad you're here. Um, let's just jump right in. Picture this. You're driving down the highway, right? And your car's check engine light just suddenly starts flashing red.
Yeah, that's never a good feeling.
Exact. But like you wouldn't just take a piece of duct tape and slap it over the dashboard to hide the light, and then just assume the engine is magically fixed.
No, I mean, you just be guaranteeing that the eventual breakdown happens without any warning whatsoever.
Yeah.
The underlying mechanical failure is still happening. You're just willfully ignoring the signal.
Right. But honestly, that is exactly what we do when a child starts crying. We panic, we get overwhelmed by the noise, and our immediate automatic reflex is to slap that tape over the light by saying, "Stop crying."
Oh, absolutely. It's such a universal reaction.
Yeah. So today, in our deep dive into the text nurturing emotional expression in children, we are going to look at why that automatic two-word command completely backfires, and of course, the exact phrase you should use instead.
Right, because, well, saying stop crying is actually an evolutionary reflex for us as adults.
Yeah.
A crying child triggers our own stress response.
Right?
And we want the distress to end immediately.
Which makes total sense. I mean, it's loud, it's stressful. So what does this all mean, like psychologically speaking?
Well, what's fascinating here is we aren't actually turning off their sadness. By telling them to stop, we are actively teaching them that their emotional expression is unacceptable.
Wow. Okay, so if we do that enough, we aren't curing the pain at all. We're just teaching them that, being sad makes them a burden.
Exactly. They learn to suffer in secret. And biologically, that's exactly what's going on under the surface. When a kid is upset, their nervous system is in a state of severe dysregulation.
Uh,
So stress hormones like cortisol are just flooding their body.
right.
And demanding they stop crying doesn't lower those hormones one bit. It actually adds a whole new layer of shame and anxiety right on top of the original distress.
Wait,
Yeah, you force them to suppress the outward behavior while their internal alarm bells are just still ringing away.
okay, I get the logic there, but let's be real for a second. When you're in the middle of a crowded grocery store,
Oh, the absolute worst.
right, and the kid is in full meltdown mode, saying, "Stop crying," feels like pure survival instinct. How are we actually supposed to fight that urge in the heat of the moment?
It is incredibly hard, I won't lie. But that's exactly why having a specific replacement phrase loaded and ready to go in your brain is so vital.
Because we know demanding them to stop just leads to emotional hiding. So the text actually gives us a constructive solution here, right? A specific replacement phrase.
It does. Instead of trying to suppress the emotion, the strategy shifts to connection. The phrase is simply, "It's okay to feel sad. I'm here."
Just that. It's okay to feel sad. I'm here. I mean, that sounds almost too gentle to work in a massive, overwhelming meltdown.
It sounds gentle, but the power is in the psychology of co-regulation. Right away, when you say, "It's okay to feel sad," you are removing the threat.
Ah, so you're validating the negative emotion immediately.
Yes, you are signaling to their amygdala, the brain's alarm system,
Yeah.
that they are safe. You aren't judging the emotion, which prevents that secondary spike of shame and cortisol we talked about.
Okay, so you're not trying to instantly fix or banish the sadness. You're just acknowledging the check engine light is actually on.
Precisely. And then that second part, saying "I'm here," is where the real nervous system regulation happens.
Yeah.
Because children literally do not have the neural architecture to calm themselves down from severe distress independently.
Really? They physically can't?
No, they physically need an adult's calm presence to sync up with. By offering your presence, you act as an external regulator for their nervous system.
Wow. You're essentially acting as the grounding wire for their electrical storm. Fostering emotional expression in children doesn't require a master's degree in child psychology.
Not at all.
It just takes a simple linguistic shift. Moving from suppression, like stop crying, to validation and presence.
Right. And you can apply this literally the next time you see tears. Catch that old reflex before it escapes and use those two sentences instead.
It's such a tiny shift, but it prevents the children in your life from learning to mask their reality. It's a profound change from shutting them down to just letting them process.
Absolutely. It
Oh.
changes everything.
Which actually makes me wonder something. If acknowledging the pain and simply offering presence works so effectively to de-escalate a child's nervous system,
Yeah.
how might adopting that exact same grace, saying it's okay to feel sad, transform how we process our own negative emotions as adults?
Oh, that's a really powerful point.
Right. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, are you still telling your own inner child to just stop crying? Or are you finally taking the tape off the dashboard?